Hey everybody, it's Kevin Duffy of the Boston Herald, joined by Karen Gregan, Patriots beat columnist down at Gillette Stadium. Just 5 days ago, we were in Nashville, and Tom Brady was throwing to a three-receiver set of Dontrell Inman, Gunnar Olszewski, and Braxton Berrios. Today, he has Julian Edelman, Josh Gordon, and Demaryius Thomas on the field. So things have really changed for the Patriots receiving corps. Demaryius Thomas in full pads and helmet. Expectation is he will come off the PUP list. Gordon, of course, remains on the NFI list. He's got to pass his physical before he's ready to play, but the Patriots are looking like they're going to have all three of those players available for week one. Karen, what do you now make of the Patriots receiving corps?
Well, I would say potentially, and again, we have to say potentially, because again, Gordon has some problems, and Demaryius Thomas is coming back from an Achilles, his second Achilles. So, well, throwing that out there, potentially they could be very good if all these players kind of live up to what their reputations are.
Yeah, I want to talk about how those guys all fit together. I think Edelman on the inside with some combination of Gordon, N'Keal Harry, and Demaryius Thomas, those are three of the biggest receivers in the NFL, all 6'3", 225 pounds. So I think it's really a perfect combination in terms of how those guys complement each other. And that was kind of their goal in the offseason. They probably went out and they drafted Harry, they signed Thomas, they gave a one-year tender to Josh Gordon in restricted free agency, probably with the expectation that maybe one of those guys would be able to come in and help them. Right now they have all three. Who knows how long all of them are going to last? As you said, Demaryius has the Achilles, but they're in a position where they have a bunch of different guys with a bunch of different skill sets, and a lot of them have veteran experience too. So the learning curve, Josh Gordon was here last year. It's not going to be much of a learning curve for him. Demaryius Thomas is a very smart player who's played with Peyton Manning before. I know it's a new offense, but this is not a rookie receiver. So I think they should be able to kind of get going pretty quickly in the season.
Yeah, I agree. And the other important factor here is, I think, again, they seem to be gathering players with a prototype, receiver types that compete for balls. And we saw it with their drafting of N'Keal Harry. Demaryius Thomas fits the mold as well.
Yeah, what Josh Gordon excelled at last year, taking an 8-yard slant, very high percentage throw, and turning it into a 20-yard gain. And if you watch Demaryius Thomas in Denver for the past couple of years, he's actually been very good at the same kind of thing. And a lot of wide receiver screens him. He was very good after the catch. Again, his athleticism probably isn't what it once was. He's 31 years old, coming off the second Achilles tear of his career, but those are the strengths of Gordon and Thomas. Harry, what we've seen from Harry so far is he's more of a jump ball kind of contested catch player. He did do some stuff after the catch at Arizona State. We just haven't seen that yet on the practice field. Doesn't mean it won't happen when the regular season starts, but he's dealing with a couple minor injuries. He is expected to be ready for week one. So I think just overall things are trending in the right direction for this group.
We're not even talking about Jacoby Myers, who might not even break into this group, and he's been like their best receiver in camp.
Yeah, the guy looks like a 7-year vet. He's a lock to make the team regardless of the status of Josh Gordon and Demaryius. The last thing on the receivers, now you have Phillip Dorsett, you have Maurice Harris, you have Berrios. Those guys are now 6 on the depth chart, battling for 6 on the depth chart. We don't even know if they're going to keep 6 receivers, so those guys could all be on the outside looking in.
Yeah, at one time it looked like they were going to make up the roster, the depth of the wide receivers. They might all be on the outside looking in.
One other move this week, the Patriots released veteran punter Ryan Allen. Punter for 6 years. He got beat out by Jake Bailey, the 5th-round pick. I don't know if that was really too much of a surprise. To me, you don't trade up in the 5th round of the NFL draft to draft a punter that you're not going to play. So I thought unless Bailey bombed in the preseason, which he hasn't.
He didn't bomb. He just kicked bombs.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he looked very good. He still has some work to do on the directional kicks that Ryan Allen was so good at. But in talking to Ryan Allen and others in the locker room, he's a very coachable kid. So we'll see how that works out. But with a leg like his, which was very special, they held on to him. They let Ryan Allen go. Again, he could have been the MVP of the Super Bowl, but he'll definitely hook on with somebody else.
Yep, definitely. All right, we'll wrap it up there. Patriots are hosting the Panthers on Thursday for their 3rd preseason game. Starters should get some action in that one. You can follow all our coverage on bostonherald.com.